Hello and welcome to session 31, I believe it is. Yep, just always like to double check, make sure that's right. Vivec's tomb. For our party, royal siblings continue on making their way through the tomb. Let's do as we normally do, go around the table, check in with each of our players, see how their week was. Let us start with Crix. How was your week?
I had a good week. It was truck week this week again. That's always fun. Went down to the beach, saw a bunch of jacked up trucks. Didn't see any sea turtles run over this time, so that was pretty cool. Other than that, work was super busy. There was a wedding there this week. It's been a little while since we've done one of those, so that was nice. That's about it.
It's cool. I didn't hear about any crazy accidents over the past couple weeks, so that was nice. Hope it was a little bit more chill on that end. Usually that's like all we get to hear on the news during like bike week and truck week. But it seemed alright overall. Just Alan? How was your week?
Typical busy, long work week. But the good thing is I took a day off and I went to go make sure I got to see, not PM Richard, it's Cryptilian May, since we're using character names. So we didn't get to catch up in a while, so it was nice to see them and some other peeps.
Did you come down for the fight or?
Yeah, I came down for the fight.
Dope.
Hopefully we can catch up next time I come down.
I'll have to tell you some stories afterwards, but May, how was your week?
That sounds good.
It was good. Got to go to the fight and also hang out with family, which was the best part. So, yeah, just chilling.
In Cryptilli? You probably just took like a big bite of food.
Just picture him with like rice and sesame chicken, just like stuffing it. He definitely did some heavy carb loading when I was down there.
Yeah, but probably not food. Well, probably a lot of food, but I was thinking mainly alcohol.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
But yeah, it was a good weekend. I got to fight this weekend. Got banged up a little bit, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, didn't get the win that I wanted, but it was good. Like Pia said, we got to hang out with friends and family, so that was a lot of fun.
Trying not to be biased, but that was like the most intense fight of the night.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I saw the clip that someone I think in your family posted. Um, it looked like you checked a kick and like it made him fall, but it was pretty hard to tell. But it was also like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think that was one of my leg sweeps. It was good. It was good stuff.
That's good. Well, at least everyone had a good week. And hopefully it will continue through tonight. All the Windows updates, having to work late. All ominous feelings for when we get into tonight's session. Maybe. Who knows? The dice are always random, right? But before I give my narrative, does anyone want to give a bit of a recap from last session?
simplified version would be we started making our way through Vivec's tomb with the instructions of collecting some keys, bringing them back to the room in which we started from. Found a few little shenanigans, cool little floating keys and some pitfalls. Um, Little gargoyles that like to ram close to each other. That can hurt you a tad bit. And some floaty skulls, which now want to try to eat us.
That's pretty fair.
I try, I try.
Don't forget Vivec ditched us. We all went down the tree slide and he didn't follow.
But we did see a set of paintings, and one of them looked just like Vivec, and it had a snow leopard right beside him in the image. So that was interesting.
Yeah, very much so. Um, and Vieric pushed his kitty in. I was like, huh.
Stuck with Kitty.
Yep, he did give you his animal companion, but Vivec was not entering. Anything else to add before I give my little bit of narrative? Going once. Twice.
Did we say something about the enemies being green flames or having green flames prior to reanimating and becoming hostile? That might be noteworthy if we didn't say it already.
I think more of just the fact that it gave him some sort of animation of life. But
Gotcha.
perhaps it matters, perhaps not. Well, we continue our story on May 19th, year 1101, as each of you continued to make your way through Vivec's tomb. Fairly quickly, as well, in hopes to get back to Vivec as quickly as possible. Currently, each of you stand in a room, and just as Jastalin entered, the doors behind him closed. Then, the four skulls that rested upon their individual pedestals sparked a green flame as they began to come to life. Their eyes glowed a ruby red hue. These green flames just seemed to be continuously emitting just from the bone itself. As they begin to float up and hover, they move slightly in each of your directions. The mouths open, become agape. Oop. Let me just finish loading this up, and then we'll begin to roll initiative. Alright, go ahead. $15 from Crix, 9 on Justalin, 5 from May. And what does the cleric get?
Oh, just a heads up, I'm not on my computer again this week. It's not quite fixed.
Can you make rolls, or do I just need to look on D&D Beyond?
Yep, I can make rolls. It just will take me a little longer.
Ah, there it is.
It looks fancy.
I was just gonna say, why does his look so much more fancy than ours?
Right.
I
Cryptilia
don't
always
know.
has to be different.
Better figure it out quick, though, because it is your turn, Crix.
Oh, I'm gonna attack the guy right next to me with my glaive.
Makes sense. Close, easy to hit. Ooh, 26 and a 16. Both of those are solid connections as you strike it twice with the glaive. As you do, little bits of sparks come off the bone as the glaive cuts through the flames and skims across the skull. A couple of cracks appear.
And then I'm going to move my shadow a little bit. Gonna move my shadow to right there.
Sounds good.
And that's gonna end my turn.
With the 2 strikes that you just delivered, it will turn its focus on you, Crix. And the eyes will begin to glow brighter and brighter. And as they do, you see the flames begin to build up. Little pockets of flames over encasing the ruby eyes. The flames build brighter and brighter as they both shoot out towards you. But at this point, I will need a dex save from Crix, the cat, and 5, 10, 15, 20. Just Stalin and May as well. Well, as the fire strikes you, it begins to expand, encasing multiple of you. And with that, each of you will begin to feel a burning sensation as these flames scorch your skin. Let me double check that I rolled that right. Yep. Alright, I just wanted to make sure. So it looks like Crix is the only one that saves. Yeah, you guys rolled really low.
Consistently low.
Okay, yeah. So I just wanted, because I wasn't sure exactly what the save was, so I just wanted to double check before I called it out. Crix is the only one to save, so you will take 15 points of damage. The rest of you, the cat towards the center, May and Justalin, will take 30 points of damage. May, the one to your left, will turn, looking towards you, and a little bit of a flicker upon each of the eyes. It then shoots out this reddish beam. The first one, just over your shoulder, with an 8 to hit. Does an 18 hit? As the second beam heads your way.
An 18 hits.
As the beam connects, you just begin to feel more heat as you take 9 points of fire damage. Just Stalin, it's your turn.
I'm gonna throw one of not one of the Hadia's dart at the one to the west of me where May is, and try to blind it if it can be blinded. And it may take a couple seconds because my dart is gone for some reason.
You sold it.
I would never. I would yell darkness to the red eyes.
As you throw the dart, the quill, it soars, the ink splashes out, but it splashes against the wall with a miss. A 9 is not enough.
No, it's not. Well, I at least want to try and take out one of these things, so I'm gonna move closer to the northwestern one where Crix is. And I'm not sure if I can get advantage from this angle, can I?
Not that angle.
Just taking up 4 spaces, right?
No, it's just in the center. They're labeled as tiny, so they can actually occupy the same space as you. So I'm placing them on like the centers, just because it makes it a little easier.
Sweet. Oh wait, but it still doesn't. Trying to think how that works with the angles. Still no advantage.
He's not directly across.
Okay. Well, I'll just go for it.
Fortunately, the 9's a miss.
I
Offhand?
feel like the dice are rigged. I'm gonna go with flurry of blows.
They are always rigged against us.
Like at the worst timing right now, just got 30 damn damage.
There you go, that's a hit. For 5 points. Got one more attack. Hey, 17 hits as well. Nice. But another 9.
And I'm gonna have to dip up out of here because I'm damn near dead. So I just use 5, 10. I use 15 feet of movement. So I believe I can use another 45. My 30 remaining plus 15, or is it plus 10? Either way, I'm not using all of that. That should be a total of 40 movement, or 40 feet.
Yeah, just about.
Okay.
Yep, it is 40. Is that
Sweet.
it?
That's all I can do. I gotta play it safe.
This one looks towards its closest target is you, Cryptilly.
What a treacherous looking little skull.
And just as the air and the bits of steam created from the fire begin to dissipate, you see these flames beginning to collect in its eyes. Looking towards you, it will shoot out the same thing that it shot at Crix. I will need a dex save from Cryptilli, and if you want to roll it for the shadow, feel free, but either way, he takes half damage.
How is he hitting me and Cryptilli, or my shadow and Cryptilli with a
Fireball,
type?
20 foot, or 20 foot
Oh.
radius.
I thought it was like cone of flame or something. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, that'll just kill my shadow regardless if it takes half damage. Oh wait, does it say creature? What's the wording of fireball? Because that does matter.
Oh, one less damage, but I will double check.
Because if it says creature, then it won't hit my shadow. If it says object or enemy, then it will hit my shadow.
Each creature.
Okay, then it doesn't hit my shadow. Because technically it's considered an object.
Well, if then that's the case, your shadow is on fire. It won't do any damage, but your shadow standing there as it's literally just encased in flames, because all objects have a chance of, I guess, being lit on fire.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Cryptilli, take the 29 damage. This one, closest target, shadow. Shoots out the 2 red beams. Pew pew. 17 and a 22.
The 17 hits and the 22 hits.
Because these go off simultaneously, I can't like redirect them, so it doesn't matter. But both of them strike, and your shadow dissipates. May, it's your turn.
Alright, since I'm right there, I'm gonna hit with my short sword first. Do I get... I don't get advantage because of the panther behind it, do I?
Nope, Panther's not in the correct spot. Not needed though. 22's a hit. For 8 points of damage.
I'm gonna hit it again.
14's a hit. Hey, for the same amount too.
Alright, and then I'm gonna use my extra attack for one more.
All 3 hits. 2 more. Total of 6 more. Got it. Three successful strikes, causing bits of spark as you strike through the flames, connecting with the bone. You feel a little bit of the reverberation through the sword, but you found your target nonetheless. Some devastating blows, May. Anything else for your turn?
That's it.
Cryptilli.
Yeah. Seeing that shit's getting real, going to go ahead and cast Prayer of Healing at 2nd level.
What are you casting?
prayer healing.
Your 10-minute casting spell?
Oh God, no! Fuck no! I thought for some reason that you could do it instantaneously. Just kidding. We're not doing that shit.
I mean, if you want, but I'll get back to you in about 1,000 rounds.
I'm like, that's literally death before I could do that. Yeah, just kidding. We'll do false life. That'll work. I think that's the most that I can give everyone. Meow. Yeah, let's do false life instead. Okay. Cool. Those better.
False life is a self.
Yeah, that's okay.
Alright,
That'll do it.
so you gain 15 temp HP.
Did I legit roll a 1?
Looks like it.
That's crazy. I've literally rolled all 1 so far. Okay. Cool. 15 temp HP, and then I will use a bonus action and get the fuck out of Dodge.
You got 30 feet. Which way you going?
Sorry,
Okay.
just solid.
Anything else, Cryptilly?
No, that's gonna be it for my turn.
Crix? It's your turn.
Alright, I am going to move first. Right here. Then I'm gonna summon my shadow. Right there. And then I'm going to attack that skull.
$22 hits. A solid connection with the glaive. Why did it do an unarmed strike for you?
I don't know.
A 13 still hits, and you would have had an extra one, so I mean, it doesn't matter, but I was just curious.
I might have clicked the wrong thing by accident.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't, like, some sort of bug or whatever. So 25 points of damage?
Is this one next to me still up, or do I annihilate it? Okay, cool. Then I'm going to have my shadow move down here across from May and use a charge of Shadow's Wrath to make one more attack. And that will end my turn.
Okay. As you send the shadow towards the other one, you'll notice that the skull, the flame extinguishes, and as it rests upon the pedestal once more, give me a perception check.
I ain't seen nothing.
Got it. Let me double check. 25, and then the 7 damage. This one is going to continue its focus on you, May. As it shoots the 2 red beams towards you once more. The first one is a 19, the second one is an 8.
The 19 hits.
Oof, that's almost near max damage. It's 14 points of fire damage as the beam strikes you.
Does that miss trigger my trait from Sentinel?
Yours is from, is it just attacks, or... Because, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that classifies as an attack, or does it specify?
It doesn't specify melee attack. It says when an attack misses an opponent within 5 feet, I can use my reaction to make a melee attack against the creature.
Okay, perfect. That's all I wanted to make sure of. Yes, you can.
Okay, then I will use my reaction to make a melee attack.
Ooh, 21 hits. Nine points. And I've already done the attack and damage for May, so that ends this one's turn. And brings us to Justalin.
Alright, since we had a whole turn or round go by, that means I have my Hadia's Quill back.
Correct.
Alright. So I'll throw it to the one at the southeast, the enemy at the southeast. And yell the same thing, whatever the hell it was before, something about darkness in the red eyes.
Sure. There you go, that'll hit, and as the quill strikes, splatters ink all over the skull. You can still see a bit of a reddish glow, but the ink pours over. It begins to bubble as the flames protrude it, the ink slowly falling.
Alright, then I'm going westward to help out the Shadow and May.
I'm gonna need you to re-roll that. It's too good.
I hope you're full of shit right now.
Yeah, of course I am. Natural 20. Nice. That's a good roll.
Not a lot of damage, but I'll take what I can get.
At least the one was on the damage side this time. But you do have an unarmed strike still.
Well, that was 2 moves already. Or how does that work?
So you have you can make your unarmed strike as a bonus action after making an attack. The
Right,
flurry of
3
blows
attacks.
allows you to do a second one.
You're right. You're right.
All right, never mind. Didn't matter. Another 9.
Thanks for the reminder, though.
Anything else before we move on?
I think that's about all I can do. Quick question, is the one to the southeast blinded, or can they not be blinded?
I guess you'll find out.
Alright, fair enough.
This one moves towards you, Cryptilli. And as it does, you see it beginning to split. It almost looks as if it's just phasing between reality and nothing. You can still feel the heat from the flames. However, it does seem quite a bit transparent.
Would I know what's causing this?
You can give me an Arcana check. You're not sure. The one with the bits of boiling ink, you see the eyes lighting up in a reddish hue, and then these beams just protrude wildly through the ink. One strikes the floor and another strikes the ceiling. You can see the flames growing a bit brighter, but they seem to be, well, aimless attacks. May, it's your turn.
I'm gonna hit the same one with my short sword.
14 hits.
If it's still up, I'm gonna hit it again.
It is. 20 hits. It's still up.
One more time. Whoops.
Oh, that'll still hit. Come on, good damage. No.
Oh. Is it still up?
You can see the eyes flickering, but the flame still staying lit. It's quite cracked upon the bones from the top of the skull, but it still seems to be hanging on. Anything else, May?
That's it.
Cryptilli.
Toot toot. Time to do something kinda gangsta. I think I'm actually going to use Turn Undead. I haven't done that yet. I mean, it's a skull. Close enough, right? Would the skulls be considered undead?
I don't know. You just have to try it and see.
Oh my goodness, this should be. That just doesn't make sense if it's not. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. So I'm gonna use a channel divinity. And then it says you have to succeed a wisdom saving throw of 14.
Sorry, bud. As you present the holy symbol, each of the skulls look at you, and they seem unaffected.
That's all good. I mean, I had to figure it out. Um. Oh wow. In that case, I will run for dear life. Um. It's 20 to her. 10 to hands. And then I will use.
Oh, what's the call?
Bonus action to give just Stalin a little pick me up.
Word. 7 points of HP towards just Stalin, as some of the burns upon your skin begin to cool and heal over.
Thank you, sister. I truly needed that.
And then I'll just mutter, weakness, weakness. And I'll end my turn.
Crix.
I'm gonna have my shadow move there. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to use Shadow Swap to trade places with my shadow.
Got it.
And then I'm going to move myself right here. And then I'm going to make an attack against the skull above me.
Alright. Please make your attack at disadvantage.
Does a 12 hit?
Unfortunately, no, it does not. 12
It's
is a
okay.
miss. It almost seems to connect, but then it just fades a little bit as the glaive slides through the skull.
I'm going to make my second attack against the one that's the other one.
Fair. This is a normal attack. 23, that'll hit.
And that will end my turn.
Got it. Well, this one still holding on to a little bit of life. Will begin to have the flames grow brighter around it as they begin to expand. You can see them beginning to taper off just a bit, and as they do, instead of extinguishing, they become almost like rope, beginning to circle the skull, expanding larger and larger. The eyes go bright, and then a flash of light comes from behind you, Crix, as the flames expand 10 foot out from the skull. I need... double checking. I need a dex save from the cats. The cat to the north, Justalin, May, and Creptilli. So as the flames expand, Justalin, you will take 3 points of damage. May, 3 points of damage. And Creptilli, you will take 7. As a ball of fire continues to spin around this skull, It has engulfed each of you. Panther will take 7 points as well, I believe. In all fairness, I think Panther down.
Yeah. Also, May's almost down.
Just Stalin, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna try to take this guy out. Hopefully my advantage will serve me well.
.21 hits for 9 points. And with the heat growing, I mean, every moment that passes, you strike forward with your short sword, connecting with the skull. And with that, the flames extinguish. The skull returns to its original position on the pedestal. And at this point, can all three of you in the southwest corner, Kreptili, Just Stalin, and May, give me a perception check? So after the flames extinguish, each of you see a slightly blue light seems to be coming from inside the head of the skull. Anything else for your turn, Chestalin?
For sure. I'm gonna try to blind the one that's north of Cricks as well with a Dia's Quill. I think I still have 3 uses max, at least until next sunup.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, the 11's a miss.
I'm very limited in options and health right now, so I'm gonna sit tight, I believe.
Crix, this one will shoot at 2 red beams at you, the one from the north.
Okay.
I've got a 20 and a 10.
The 20 meets it, the 10 is a miss.
For 14 points of damage. So you're struck with the red beam. He will take the 14 points of fire damage. This second beam going a bit over your head, striking the ceiling above.
And I will use a superiority die to make a counterattack against the missed attack.
Got it. Your attack will still be at disadvantage.
I will miss.
Unfortunately, the 9's a miss. Then the same thing. I have 2 misses, a 9 and a 19. The red beams from the one on the east shooting. They get a little bit closer to hitting Just Stalin than hitting you, Crix. But nonetheless, they strike the wall to the west, and bits of ice fall crumbling down to the floor below. Narrowly escaping some unneeded fire damage. It becomes May's turn.
Okay, so May pulls out Silvera's bow and shoots the one to the east of Crix. And I'm shooting it with just an arrow.
Got it. 24 hits.
And then if this hits, it's 1d4 of damage. Sorry, 1d6 of additional fire damage.
As the arrow strikes, you see it kind of produce a bit of flame itself, but gets completely encased in the skull. You're not sure if it affected it or not, but the arrow sticks into the bone.
I'm gonna hit it again. Same thing.
Another arrow pierces into the bone. D6.
Whoop, sorry, I messed up the command.
Nice. Alright, what else you got for me, May? 2 successful strikes with the bow.
That's the end of my turn.
Cryptilli.
No. I am going to. Let me see what this says. Hold on. I will simply take my crossbow and shoot the one May was just hitting at.
Sounds good. The bolt soars, and it goes past the portcullis to the east, soaring into the hall behind.
Seems about right. And then I will use another bonus action. If I can find it. And cast Healing Word. Nice.
Nice, who's that on?
I'll use that for crits.
Thank you.
Alright, anything else?
Nope, that will end my turn as I mutter weakness. Weakness.
Crix, it's back to your turn.
Gonna have my shadow advance to there, and I'm going to make my attacks against the one to my east.
Noted. Go ahead and give me those attack rolls. Both solid connections, the glaive striking twice into the skull. 7 and 12?
Yes, 12.
With the eyes flickering, with the flames staying strong. See it quite damaged, but still hanging on as it's still hovering above the pedestal.
Unfortunately, that's where I need to end my turn.
But it does bring us to Justalin.
Alright, I'm sticking with my range right now. I'll just use a regular dart for the one at the southeast.
Noted. 18 hits. Six points. Got it.
Oh, damn. Well, I'll use Sadia's quill, but I won't use the ability, just the quill itself.
Okay, another attack roll. 10's a miss.
Damn it all.
Oh, come on, close the gap.
Oh, that is enough space for me, so why not? I'll wing it. Yeah, was that exactly 45 movement? Or feet?
45 coming from up here, yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Like, that's exactly my max. Sweet. So then I'll use my unarmed strike.
Alright, you can do it. Come on. 20 hits. For 5 points.
I'll take that. Yes, sir. That's all I can do.
And is that when returns to its position on the pedestal? Can you give me another perception check, just Stalin? This one at advantage. You're quite certain that you see this bluish light coming from inside yet again.
Curious.
Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's all I can do.
Alright. Well, Shadow's gonna take these attacks.
Alrighty.
I got a 7 and a 14.
Those are both misses.
And with
And
your shadow still standing in like this flame posture, the beams just seem to sink in and meld perfectly with the flames and don't affect your shadow.
cool. I'm also going to use my reaction to try and attack this thing because it missed.
All right, disadvantage.
Does a 19
19
hit?
hits. As the beams seem to meld in with you, your shadow reaches out with its glaive, strikes the skull. Well-placed strike, and that'll be the end of the skull's turn. May? There's only one left.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna move up here. And I'm gonna shoot it with the bow again.
$16 hits. For 12 points, oof.
One more time.
21, that's another hit. And then after this, go ahead and give me the just 2d6 rolls.
Oh, that's right. Thanks.
Big chunk of damage as the 2 arrows sink in. You can see that there's this large crack going right over the cranium, extending down to the back of the head.
That's the end of my turn.
Cryptilli.
I'll move here, just beyond, so I can see beyond Crix's shadow. And then I shall this here sexy sacred flame.
Alright. So as Crix's shadow connects with it, you see the flickering of it fading in and out, beginning to emit slower and slower. But as the 2 arrows pierce into it, it stops fading from existence. Cryptilli takes aim, outstretches her hand, and I got an 18 on the save.
Noise.
Unfortunately, your sacred flame hits, but seems to have no effect to the skull.
Yeah.
Bonus actions, movement.
With the miss, I will hide behind Kitty and try to get her to move into the fight.
I can't take up the same square. Go back.
It's all good.
Crix.
Alright, I'm going to move me and my shadow into a better position. And make my attacks. One from my perspective and one from my shadows.
Sounds good. Give me your attack rolls. Both of them solid connections. Anything else that you'd like to add as the flames begin to go out and the skull begins to move back towards the pedestal?
Only that my first attack from me is a sweeping attack, and the attack coming from my shadow is a straight vertical attack, smashing it into the ground.
When it hits the ground, the flames dissipate. It then rolls a little bit, then stops, then begins to pick up speed once more till it rests back upon the pedestal on the northeast side. And that'll bring us out of combat.
Cool. With that, I'd like to see if I could tell what those blue lights were from that I saw.
Sure, which one are you looking at?
Oh, the one closest to me.
Well, as you look at it, there's definitely something inside. Do you reach inside the skull?
Yeah, I don't mind reaching inside of a skull.
And soon you find this very cool spherical object, like cool to the touch. When you grab it, pull it out, this very smooth ice, blue in color resembling ice sphere is in your hand.
Um, can I tell anything about it? Like just from the way it touches or the way it looks? Touches, feels.
Um, you can give me an Arcana check. It doesn't seem to have any magical or arcane capabilities about it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna place it on the back of my neck since it's very cool. um, Using it like an ice pack. And I'll say,
Definitely feels good on the burns.
I think this was inside of this. Um, Maybe the rest of them together will get us out of here.
I'll go retrieve the one from the skull near me.
I'll do the same.
And I'll head up north towards the one by my bar.
So in total, these four um, ice blue spherical objects are now in your possession.
Now, how do we use these to open a gate?
Hmm. Uh, Not very sure, but one thing I do know is we all took a big beating, and I'd like to pray over our weakness during that fight.
Yes, sister.
You all should
Kitty
be
is.
able to move those spheres. Sorry for interrupting.
No
Just to
worries.
update you.
And then I'll take as much time as needed to heal all of our wounds.
So, my first idea with the spheres is probably not a very good one, but it was to do something with them with the bulls to the south because they have no chill.
Had to process that for like 0.2 seconds.
I thought it was a pretty good one for a bad one.
You can have it. It's pretty good.
So taking the 10 minutes for prayer of healing, and then on top of that, you're going to cast Healing Ward as well.
Oh, that was supposed to be another prayer of healing.
Okay, so 20 minutes downtime in total thus far. So what are the rest of you gonna do during this time?
I would like to go check out this door that's in the room we're in. Not the one we came through, the portcullis door. Over here.
Go ahead and
See,
give
there's
me
a
an
door
investigation
to the
check.
north.
I've re-rolled that damage or healing since it wasn't high enough.
What is it with me and ones today?
You don't find anything of significance?
Can I investigate this door too to see if it's locked or needs to be kicked in?
Yes, of course. Investigation check.
Which is not my strong suit.
Oh, quite notably, you can see on the door there seems to be this large humanoid figure. kind of stretched out in like an X formation and small little engravings on each hand and each foot.
Is it around the same size as the spheres?
Roughly.
I think should see if these spheres fit into this door. They appear to have these indentions that are about the same size. It's worth a try. I'll at least grab mine and see if it fits.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
It fits.
Sweet. Yep, let's try to get the rest of these in here.
And then I try mine too as well.
And they both fit.
I'll slot mine into the door as well.
And as the fourth one enters, the spheres begin to just meld into the door itself. Then, soon, they just disappear.
Yeah, I'll try to open the door then.
Yeah, a good little push should do it. Hopefully.
Ooh, we get one of the spheres back.
Did you open the door? Actually, all four spears, I just kind of kept them stacked up for you, are laying on the ice floor, just beyond the door.
Noise.
Well,
Go ahead.
all I was gonna say is if they're considered a key, we should bring it with us.
Yep. Equal.
But before we move on, we might want to check that door to the south. If there's something with keys down there that we need before we progress on, we might get in trouble at the end.
Yes, this is also not the only door that we've left untouched, brother.
Oh wait, that's a portcullis to the south. I don't know how to open that. I was
May
talking
have
about the
to
one in the
go
bowls room.
around.
We do simply need to bring the keys to the portcullis, not necessarily the keys to all the other doors, but maybe this one could be useful. So I agree. Let's bring it, brother.
Just to clarify, you've used 3 prayer of healings.
Since we've been in here, yeah.
Okay, so 30 minutes, got it. Well, how about this? I know we got a little bit later of a start, but still gonna utilize our break, get up, stretch our legs, all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and take our 5 minute break, and then get back to this as each of you decide which path to go.
Okay.
Be right back.
Good deal.
All right. As we get back to business here, as Crix just said, um, you have a couple of choices before each of you. With the orbs laying on the ground in front of you, and the door to your immediate east open. But then the thought of the portcullis on the south, and then also one that was left behind in a previous room.
So this portcullis right here, can we see through it, or is it like too opaque?
Yes. Now that you're kind of a little bit more focused on it and not distracted by some skulls that are on fire flying around the room. There you go.
Is there anything any different about this portcullis than the other ones we've seen?
From your prior investigation, not that you'd noticed.
Okay. What about this door down to our south here? Is it still, is it locked or anything? Because it did close itself.
It did close itself. When you press upon it, getting Kitty out of the way, it feels stuck.
Seems as if we need to move forward. At least for now.
It would seem that way, but this is a wooden door.
That it is, brother. Um, I want to check this portcullis out and see if the key that I have actually works on this door as well.
Sure, give me a quick perception check. Quick to notice there's no keyhole.
Does it look like it pushes open or lifts open?
From the other one, it either goes up or down.
Huh. That's weird. I'd like to try to lift it.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
I thought he rolled a 25 strength check for a second. I was going to be like, whoa.
Yeah, me too. Oh, dang, that's pretty high.
That's so strong. That's so strong.
Did you get a good
He's so
grip?
strong.
Lift, and it doesn't budge.
And then I'll try it in the opposite direction.
Pressing down. One more check. Doesn't budge. I feel like this wasn't as good a go as the lift up, but he did put a lot of strength into that first attempt.
Woo, my back is blowing out. I'm too strong. I can't. I don't think this moves. Um, do y'all want to press on or go backwards and check out that other door?
I'd like to put my shoulder into this door and see if I can get it open.
Athletics check for a shoulder check.
I would say no harm in trying, but don't wear yourself out.
That's surprisingly low for me.
You hit. Feels like you just hit a wall. Doesn't budge.
Try pulling it, Crix.
I pull on the door?
Still stuck.
I just said that because we did push it open from the other side.
I attacked the door.
Okay. Glaive strikes into the door. And when it does, you leave a decent gouge as a chunk of wood falls out.
Is it enough to see through the door?
No, it'd be a few more whacks to see through the door.
Well, I think I can open this door the hard way if we really want to go check out that other portcullis.
No, say Vivec, do you need any of these doors?
There's no response, but my initial thought was, what the hell does he need doors for? He's dead.
That was my thought as well. And I was like, see, I don't think he does. I just wanted to clarify for the group. It was funny to me.
So, do we want to press on or go back?
I like to think we can always backtrack, but we never know. Backtrack future reference, that is.
I agree with just Talon. We don't know if we'll be able to come back.
Well, at hearing that, I'm just going to start beating the crap out of this door with my glaive.
Okay. It'll take a couple of moments, but soon you can see through. If you continue on, eventually the door will just break.
Yeah, I'm going to bust down this door all the way. Plus,
Door's
if
gone.
Uncle gets really mad, then we'll just buy him a new door.
Or make him one out of kitty skin.
Or even one of us might know mend. We could just repair it.
You don't know what I know.
I think you used it before.
A bit to your surprise, Crix, as you look down towards the portcullis to your south, it's nothing but dark.
I'll relay that information to the rest of my siblings as I return to them.
Hmm. Well, it seems we'll need at least 2 more keys. Should we continue on for our search?
At the moment, the only way seems to be forward.
Onward.
This door was open now, right?
Correct. Each of you are making your way through the tight pass. You can only stand in a single line, making your way down the hall. But Crix, as you inch your way forward, step by step, it seems that the path does open up a bit farther down towards the east side. At this point, Crix, can you give me a perception check? It seems that you hear something coming from the distance, but you're not sure what it is. But you've definitely heard the sound before, you just can't place your thumb upon it.
There's something ahead of us.
Huh. What did you see?
I didn't see anything. I heard a noise, but I can't quite tell what it is. Also, I still have control over Cryptilli's token, apparently.
That's okay, because I'd be right behind you anyway.
Alright. Crix, as you enter where it starts to open up, let me reveal some more of the map for you. But now is where the sound comes to be a bit more clear. Water falling from the ceiling as the ice above is melting. You can see it falling down directly into some large holes and dug into the floor. You can hear the water, it seems to be building up, hitting something down below.
What are these four large things?
Well, towards the outer perimeter, these large holes in the ground have the water flowing in from above, dripping down from the ceiling. Or I shouldn't say dripping, but falling down from the ceiling. And then in the center, there is what appears to be a fountain carved of bronze.
Is there anything notable about this fountain?
You can go take a better look at it.
Heck no.
I'll be right there.
The water continuing to fall into the four pits, creating this quite wonderful scenery with these four waterfalls kind of just falling down from above. Move closer and closer. The two of you, Crix and Cryptilli, begin to notice the water in the center of this bronze fountain is frozen. And you take a peek over, you see a staff encased in ice. You see that there's quite wonderful detail about it. It seems to be in immaculate condition. The top, these wooden this wooden staff. It looks as if vines are wrapping around this violet purple gem.
I'm gonna see if there's anything magical coming off of that and the things around us where the water's coming in.
Trevor's cat.
Yeah, she's being super talkative right now.
I was about to say the exact same thing. I'm like, where did that come from?
Oh my goodness. I was about to say like, did y'all get a cat? But then I remembered. Um, you do sense two types of magic. The one seeming to emanate from the staff is it's a cluster. It's really hard to tell, especially through the ice. You feel that it's kind of um altering what you're able to see, but you see um conjuration, you see illumination, you see necromancy. It's just an abundance of things. But from the outer parts, the water falling into the pits, you sense adjuration magic. That is quite clear.
Hmm. There just seems to be so many things coming from this.
At this point, just to double check, are you casting that as a ritual or a spell?
Our ritual, I would definitely sit and cast that.
So then, just to clarify, everyone's cool with waiting 10 minutes?
Yep.
Sure.
Sounds good.
All right. At the end of the 10 minutes, each of you notice that the water is definitely filling up these pits. The water levels are getting much higher.
About how full are these pits overall, if we could guess?
Yeah, versus how full they were before I started.
Well, you didn't really look in before, but you can take a look now and see how full they are.
So how full are they?
The water level is about 6 foot from the surface, but something more odd as you take a look. You see this structure beginning to form in the center. It appears to be ice.
Is it like just ice, or does the structure have any kind of more complex shape to it?
Give me an investigation check.
Well, I've done great at those all night.
Yeah, one's got to pay off for you, right?
Probably not. No.
With the water running over, it's pretty hard to tell.
There's too much magic stuff around here for me to care, apparently. I smash.
Yeah, I'd like to see if there's anything.
Oh, you just are you smashing something, or are you just saying that?
No, I'm just saying I smash. I
Okay,
don't
okay.
investigate.
I
well.
thought you were kind of just like mimicking like the Hulk or there, kind of after
No,
busting
no.
on the door or something. But I just
I'm
wanted
not
to
gonna
make sure
break.
you're not hitting anything.
Not breaking anything yet.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd like to check out the pits. These are not pillars.
Well, best you take a look. Give me an investigation check.
just do better than a 6.
Yeah, don't keep your hopes up.
It's a lot better than I did.
Well, you see that the magic, the arcane aura seems to be focused upon the ice, but you don't see any structure. Any structure to it. It just seems to be forming.
Yeah, and I'll check out each one to see if there's any similarities or differences. And I also want to be looking around the room for any other exits, or is this just where we are?
All of them seem to be about 6 foot full from the surface, and all the way to the south. There is a path to the south, but it seems to be blocked by ice.
Yep, and I'll relay that to the team.
Water continuing to fall.
How fast is the water falling into these pits? Is it like a steady stream, a
Yeah,
heavy
it's a good flow. I mean, it's a little hard to tell how much has, of course, been like filled up. But now that you've kind of like compared it, it seems to be rising maybe a foot a minute, maybe more.
So we have like 5 minutes till they start to overflow. My only thought right now is that May is the only one with any kind of fire abilities, and there's a staff sealed in ice in the middle of the room. I'm drawing a blank other than that.
I can melt the ice. Easy.
At the same time, I don't know that we have the time to do that.
I just shoot off a few fireballs, see what happens.
As you hit the ice, how many fire bolts are you shooting off?
2?
Okay. The first strike hits. Then each of you... Oh, first strike doesn't hit. Never mind. Okay. You just had to hit an 8 for stationary objects.
Damn.
The first fire bolt goes a bit wide, nearly hits your shadow cricks as it connects into the bronze, but the base of the fountain. But the second fire bolt hits, and at this point, each of you hear as the water begins to pick up pace.
That might have been wrong.
Does it look like the staff is easily retrieved?
As you
now?
look over, a bit of the ice, it has been melted away. Seems maybe a few more will do the trick.
We could light a torch. That'll be some steady heat.
I'm gonna ready an action for my shadow that as soon as the staff is grabbable, that I'll have my shadow reach into the fountain and grab it.
And I was gonna say I'm gonna have action ready too. I'm just gonna cast mending on the ice as soon as the staff is retrieved, just to see if it does anything.
Got it. May continues to shoot fire bolts. 2 more, or another successful hit, and then another miss as Cryptilli begins to crowd the target zone. Becomes a little bit harder for May to strike the ice, but she finds a gap, and the 22 hits.
Does the water pouring into the room intensify every time we do this, or was it just the first time?
Just seemed to be the first one. But as you look over, as the water begins to almost reach like the crust, every time like a little bit of a wake kind of arcs over, as soon as it breaks the top where it would roll over, it just forms to ice.
So it's almost building out of the pit like a pillar?
That's what it seems to be.
Has the staff been freed from the ice yet to where my shadow could try and retrieve
Not
it?
yet. May's only shot 3 more times and 1 was a miss. It doesn't seem that anyone else is assisting, so May's doing quick work, but you know,
Firebolt's all we have.
that's it.
I kind of imagine May just like pointing her fingers like finger guns and just going pew, 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 pew.
Use your thumb to like aim. Pillars beginning of ice beginning to grow higher and higher. A bit of the staff is now at least grabbable, but the bottom seems to be buried in just a bit more. Whittling away, ice continuing to grow. It's able to be grabbed and pulled if you wish.
I'm gonna have my shadow reach in and grab the staff.
I will need a athletics check, please. As you begin to pull upon the staff, feels a bit stuck, but your shadow is able to pry it free. And at this point, the pillars of ice that were beginning to form then almost flash freeze all the way to the top of the ceiling, creating a connection between the floor and the roof above. The sounds of the water fade. And the ice is this beautiful crystal blue color. The center is more darkish blue.
I have no idea what to make of these pillars, but we got the staff.
Agreed. And then I'll still just mend that and start walking away very slowly afterwards.
As you begin to cast mending, the ice slightly begins to reform. It will take a moment. At this point, though, each of you hear a cracking sounds echoing through the room.
Oh, we should probably get out of this room quick.
That's what I say. I was gonna run as soon as I did it. It takes a minute for it.
Yeah, these pillars might be about to explode.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go back?
Forward or backwards?
Hasty retreat back.
At this point, everyone hold. As the pillars begin to shatter, can Creptilli, May, Crix, and, well, Cats and Shadow too, all need to give me a dex save. At advantage, though, because Crix did point out he believes that they are going to break.
The first one's always for me.
Alright, well, I need Creptilli's and the cats. Nice. So, as the pillars break, Crix, unfortunately, you find yourself pinched in between two. Little harder to avoid as a couple of the ice shards pierce her back. You will only take 4 points of damage, though. Not that much. As water begins to fall out, but the the dark blue in the center remains. The water ceases as it brushes up against your feet, and the ice finishes falling against the floor. Just Stalin, it does sound as if glass had shattered behind you. As you look behind, you see just the remnants of the water almost touching your feet. Then, the large bluish color expands an arm, a leg, another arm, and then a second leg as 4 large creatures begin to move in sync with one another. Each lift a fist and then extend, punching down to the east. Each of them punch towards the right. And with that, need everyone to give me a moment to clear a turn order. And now we re-roll initiative. All right. Well, thankfully, at the top of the turn order, it looks like we do have Creptilli. As you see them punching, only one seems to be aiming towards Crix.
Which one is that one?
This one. All the rest are punching like here, here, and here.
Okay. Well, it seems like now might be a good time to start blowing loads. I'm going to go ahead and... Nah, I won't. I'll wait one turn at least. Maybe they'll get closer. I'll use Chill Touch. The one that looks like he's aiming at Crix.
Unfortunately, that's a miss. As it seems to, like, hit the creature, it just seems to almost fall, bouncing off of the icy frame as it's continuing its movement.
Yeah, seems about right. Then I shall shield the Faith Crix.
By the way, Crix, if you want, you can move the staff by your shadow. You should be able to move it. +2 AC for Crix. Got it. Anything else for your turn?
No, that'll be it.
Crix, it's your turn. I believe 22 AC. Feeling like a tank.
Well, I guess it's time to smash. Just for the record, can I reset myself on the solid squares? Because you caught me kind of in between two squares.
I mean, you can go up or down. It's your call.
Okay, and with my reach, I can reach it here, yes?
Oh, yes, very much so.
Alright, then I'm going to attack the one to my west.
Got it. The first attack misses wildly, but the second attack connects, but it seems to have no effect upon its icy frame.
Cool. Then I'm gonna have my shadow move 30 feet. Move my shadow right there, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to shadow swap with it.
Nice.
And that's gonna end my turn.
Just Allen?
I would want to whack it with the staff, but I don't have that. So I guess I'll try to blind it for now.
Sounds good. You throw the dart. It hits, but it doesn't seem to have any effect. You don't see the ice falter at all. When the oil, not the oil, but the
The ink.
the ink sprays, it instantly freezes upon the creature.
There's very little I can do at this point until we figure out how to actually hurt these things. I'm gonna use this time to do some brainstorming.
As you put with a hand to your chin and extend the other, the quill returns, and it becomes the creature's turn, who reaches forward, aiming towards you, Crix. But as it begins to thrust its hand and arm down, you see the hand disconnect from the wrist as it falls towards you and towards the floor.
Now, does that seem to happen at the point that it crosses over the edge of this pit?
Yes. It
Oh.
seems to be focused upon right here. As it reaches out and the hand disconnects from the wrist, you see the hand begin to grow a bit of a bluish color, and then with a flash, you see the ice spread across the room. At this point, can each of you give me a wisdom saving throw?
We saw this coming.
Unfortunately, Creptilli did not. As each of you feel yourselves beginning to almost freeze in place, your muscles slowing down bit by bit, you each break free, but Creptilli, everything around you just seems to be moving so fast. You turn your head, but just Stalin looks like he's had 9 cups of coffee, and he's just moving. You are slowed, Creptilli. The rest of you are fine. May, it's your turn.
I'm gonna hit it with Firebolt. from the sword. Sorry,
The
the
sword or the
bow.
bow?
Yeah, I meant the bow. Because I have a much higher likelihood of hitting
Yeah,
with the
especially
bow.
when it's a natural 20.
Oh.
Is this just a regular arrow?
Actually, I want to throw a firebolt arrow. Give me 1 second to find it on my sheet. Ooh, took me forever.
All right, 7.
And what would be like the crit for that?
Just double the dice. One more D10. 11 points in total. Oh, as
So
the
it's-
bolt strikes this one, this is the one you're hitting, right?
Yes.
As it strikes it, you see it pull back a bit. It seems to have an effect, but as it pulls back, the other 3 mimic its movement, and you can see a bit of like smoke coming from each of their shoulders.
Also, sorry. If I so the Silver's longbow of glance says if I hit, I get an extra 1d6 of fire damage.
For your bow attack.
Got it. So that doesn't include for the charges
No.
from like. Okay, that makes sense. Cool.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Back to you, Cryptilly.
Hit it with fire.
So currently, Cryptilly, you are the only ones under the effect of slow. You can't use any reactions, your speed is halved, and you can't make more than 1 attack on your turn.
Okay, 'cause I can't make more than 1 attack on my
Yep.
turn anyway.
But hold on. In addition, the target can either take either an action or a bonus action on their turn, but not both. These effects will last for, a certain period of time, and you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Easy enough for me. With that, I will try.
So since you have 35, we'll just round it up to 20.
Yeah, it's all good.
And 18 on the save.
Nice. And my turn.
All right, Crix. It's your go, buddy.
I'm gonna have my shadow move 30 feet. To right there, and then I am going to finally, for the first time in this game, whip out some true arcane power that I wield and use Lightning Lure. So that's a strength save 13 for the guy below me.
$24?
So it does nothing.
Sorry, friend.
It's cool. It's the only magic I have, and since my melee doesn't work, it's all I can do.
This is true. Anything else?
No, for now, I'll stay put right where I am.
Just all in.
Could I light a torch and throw it at the base of the ice giant? They don't seem to move too much.
You could. Uh, lighting the torch, and getting all that will take your action though.
That's perfectly fine.
Honestly, I think. Let me see if it has a thing on it, because I think under torch it gives like.
What's the thrown damage on a torch?
Yeah, I figured it'd be like a slow damage, just like constant though. Like, cause I want to throw it at the base
Yeah,
of it, so it's
so
just like gradually melting.
I thought it did. So on the torch, it does state that the torch burns for an hour, providing 20 foot of light. You know, da 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 da. But if you make the melee attack with the burning torch and hit, it deals 1 fire damage.
But I could throw it at the thing and just let it
I'll allow
gradually
it.
melt. Okay, yeah, I'd rather do that, just like one little swing of fire
Yeah.
damage.
But you can do that with your monk kind of things.
Okay, so like
I'll-
Dex, or how would I do it with the attack?
Give me
throw
just
them?
like a dart
Okay.
throw, and then I'll minus a little bit because you're not proficient in throwing torches.
Can you be proficient in throwing torches? Because that'll be my next D&D character.
Yes, I think there's a feat for it.
Hell yeah, 25.
But 25 is good.
It's the goddamn jester feat.
The torch lands right at the feet of this large iced creature and is still burning.
Now, how could we do any form of damage though? Like,
I wonder if your ink is flammable.
Yeah, I thought about that too. I was hoping, but it's not oil, it's ink, but it could be.
Oh, do any of us have oil on us for any reason?
I was thinking about using alcohol, but that's a quick little burst.
I mean, any fire is any fire right now. We literally, as a
Yeah.
team, have very little fire.
Right. I mean, we may have wine. I'm not sure if we have like liquor per se.
Alright, but is that your turn? You guys can still discuss outside of your turn. I don't mind that at all. Strategizing in in character, I don't care.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't plan to do too much more than just like try to put some fire at its feet.
I feel like you've been asking for this moment this whole time. You're always like, let's build a fire and melt it slowly.
Right.
Is it time now, guys?
Sorry.
Crix. As it reaches both of its hands up, you see the other 3 mimicking it, and as they slam down towards you, the hand that fell apart, you see it forming back and freezing back into a clutched fist. Both the hands slam into the ground. The first attack is for a natural 1. And the second attack is for a 20, but thankfully with Crix's buff, you have 22 AC, so that is a miss.
Cool. And I'm not going to bother using any of my fancy things because I can't melee it.
Sure. May, it's your turn.
I thought you'd never ask. I'm gonna hit it with the bow again.
$21 hits.
Hold on, I gotta find the. Here's the fire.
4 points.
Plus 1d6 of fire damage. And then I'm gonna hit it with the arrow with my last charge from the bow and arrow. Actually, just kidding. The other time, I just hit it twice because the critical.
Mm-hmm.
So, hold on.
Oh! If you're hitting it with the firebolt arrow, like you did last time,
Yeah.
I need 2 d10s and 2 d6s. Another solid hit. Good damage. Nice. And as the second arrow connects, you see all of the ice creatures mimic the same movement, seeming to be cause some sort of distress.
That's the end of my turn.
All right, brings us back to Cryptilly.
Cool. Not gonna do nothing fancy. I'm just going to cast another sacred flame and see if that does anything.
Ooh, this one is a 7.
Okay. He shall take 10 points of radiant damage.
As the radiant flame ignites and within the ice creature, can each of you give me a perception check? See the ice crack just a bit? It does seem to have an effect. Crick's just all in May. You've passed so far. Cryptilly, you just need yours. Well, each of you pass, no problem. You see this heart-shaped structure in the center of the chest of this the creature before you. And then with the quick light dissipating, it looks to be quite solid once more. And it's all of them seem to have the same effect, dwindling down just a bit from the sacred flame.
Word. Was I supposed to do something to try to shake that slow business off last time? I forgot.
Oh, wisdom save at the end of your turn, sorry. So go ahead and roll one for me, just to see if you can do anything else. And then if you fail, I mean, worst case scenario, you just make another one. think that's a fail. Let me double check just to confirm. Yes, that's a fail.
Cool. Well then.
So go ahead and make sure you're rolling wisdom saves, because I think your wisdom saves are higher than just a wisdom check. But you have another one to roll.
Oh yeah, they're +6 instead of a +3.
Alright, well then your +3 added to the 15, you'll pass the first one. So if you have any bonus actions and your full movement left for this turn.
Nope. I shall stay put. But I will yell at Crix's shadow. Let me test that staff out, maybe. I'm not afraid to hide behind the kitty. And then I'll end my turn.
Terrible.
Crix?
Wholehearted.
First thing I'll do is I'll have my shadow pass over the staff to Cryptilli.
Okay.
And then for my main action, I am going to get out my torch and light it.
Okay.
And that, I think, is going to be my turn.
Just Stalin, it's your turn.
And I wanted to double check on the exposed heart. That's still exposed or it closed right back up?
No, it's just the light from within that seemed to show the structure inside the creature.
Gotcha. Well, I guess I'll run up and try to strike the part of the ice that's right in front of wherever that glow was coming from, just for the hell of it.
Alright, go ahead and make your attacks. Each of the sword strikes connect, but seem to have no effect.
And there's no cracks left, are there? Is it just
Nope.
everything sealed back up?
Correct.
Gotcha. This is tough. I can't throw on my what do we have? Like, it was like this blue no hide. Can I do that within a single extra action?
No, not on this turn.
Okay, yeah, because that might take some time. That might be all I can do.
Crix, we're gonna try this again. We got a 17 and a 24.
The 17 misses, the 24 hits. I have a 22 right now, right?
Yep. You will take 18 points of bludgeoning damage as the two fists slam upon you. You feel and hear like you're like ringing inside your own mind. Slightly concussed. May? It's your turn.
All right, I'm going to use the last charge on my bow. I'm going to go for it. I was like, if I get a third crit on this goddamn thing.
What attack are you doing?
I'm hitting it with a firebolt arrow.
Unfortunately, that's a miss.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark. as my bonus action.
Got it. Anything else?
Yeah. So I'm gonna hit it with a regular arrow from Silvera's bow. Which, if it hits, I should get 1d6 extra fire damage and 1d6 extra just from Hunter's bow.
Yeah, Hunter's Mark, correct.
That's right.
There it is.
Oh my god. So now what?
I believe you can just click Silvera's Longbow of Glens, and it should... There you go. Now give me 2d6. Give me 4d6.
What?
Nice.
Alright. That feels good. That's it. That's my turn.
So as this arrow sinks in, it expels a bit of the flame, and as it does, you just see a large chunk of ice get blown away from the creature as it is showing its first real sign of weakness. Some of the ice falls down below to the floor, and you see the same thing happen from each of the other creatures in the room. But with that is where we will end tonight's session, so we don't go too far over our time. I know we got a late start, but Cryptilli had a long day. So I don't want to get too far, and by the looks of it, this is going to take a while. I thought it'd be a little bit quicker, but at the moment, you guys seem to just be thinking. So, that's where we'll call tonight's session. Hope each of you had a good time tonight.
Yeah, sweet. Damn.
Yeah, it was a blast.
For sure.
And we will look to try to pick this up next week.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks.
Yeah.
So,
I need to talk about how I got 3 crits on one creature, but
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I would really like it. I would like to talk about it.
I mean, thank God you're carrying this fight right now. It's exactly what we needed when we needed it.
I never dreamed it.
Exactly.
Also, like, Silvera's bow has fire damage. Extra fire damage if you hit.
Yeah. But everyone have a good night. See y'all next time.
Oh, bye.
Bye-bye.